Ancient Egypt, one of the most powerful and influential civilizations in history, has always intrigued historians and archaeologists with its grand monuments, mysterious burial practices, and breathtaking artifacts. This ancient civilization continues to captivate the world. Some of the most astonishing discoveries about ancient Egypt remain shrouded in mystery, leaving us with more questions than answers. The Khufu Ship. The Khufu Ship is an ancient Egyptian vessel found near the Great Pyramid of Giza in 1954. It was an extraordinary find, being almost entirely intact and incredibly well preserved, despite being buried for over 4,600 years. Archaeologists unearthed 1,200 pieces of the ship, which were carefully reassembled to reveal a magnificent 143-foot-long vessel. Remarkably, no nails were used in its construction. Its entire structure relies on a sophisticated joinery technique that still amazes modern experts. This ship was thought to be a solar bark, which was part of the ancient Egyptian belief that the sun god Ra traveled across the sky on a ship. Pharaohs, like Khufu, were believed to use these solar barks to accompany Ra in the afterlife. The Khufu ship's unique design, which includes an asymmetrical shape, suggests it could have been used for transporting large stone blocks, possibly for the construction of the Great Pyramid itself. But what makes the Khufu ship especially intriguing is its purpose. Some theories suggest it was used for religious rituals, while others believe it was an essential vessel for Pharaoh Khufu's journey into the afterlife. Could this be the missing link in understanding the construction of the pyramids? The mystery surrounding the Khufu ship adds yet another layer to the already puzzling history of ancient Egypt. The Tiny Sarcophagus. While Egypt is known for its majestic and grand sarcophagi, the discovery of the smallest sarcophagus has puzzled archaeologists since its unearthing in 1907. This tiny coffin, measuring only 3 to 4 inches long, is far smaller than the typical sarcophagi, which often measure more than 8 feet in length. Upon discovering it, researchers speculated that it contained a bundle of organs or even a fetus. After careful examination, scientists determined that the sarcophagus contained the remains of a fetus, approximately 16 to 18 weeks gestation. This remarkable discovery revealed that the ancient Egyptians practiced mummification on fetuses, likely due to miscarriage. Pharaoh Susinus I ruled during the 21st dynasty of Egypt, a time marked by political unrest and division. Despite the fact that much of his reign remains unknown, the discovery of his tomb in 1940 has provided some remarkable insights. Located in the ancient city of Tanis, Susinus V's tomb was relatively intact compared to many other royal tombs, which had been plundered over the centuries. Inside, archaeologists found a stunning funerary mask made of gold and lapis lazuli, a valuable blue stone prized by the Egyptians. However, what truly sets this discovery apart is the presence of a silver sarcophagus. Silver was incredibly rare in ancient Egypt and was considered even more valuable than gold due to the difficulty of obtaining it. This silver coffin, along with the exquisite burial goods, hints at Susinus V's wealth and his status as a great ruler. Interestingly, little is known about Susinus V's reign, but Egyptologists suggest he was a shrewd political leader, perhaps even a mastermind who managed to rule for over 40 years. Exotic pets in ancient Egypt. When we think of pets in ancient Egypt, the first animals that come to mind are usually cats, which were revered as sacred creatures. But did you know that Egyptians also kept a variety of exotic animals as pets? Archaeologists have uncovered remains of baboons, hippos, leopards, and even crocodiles in Egyptian tombs. These exotic animals were not only a status symbol, but also played a role in religious and ceremonial practices. The Egyptians had a deep spiritual connection to their animals. For example, the cat was associated with the goddess Bastet, who was the goddess of home, fertility, and protection. Cats were so revered that they were often mummified alongside their owners to ensure they would accompany them into the afterlife. Owning such exotic creatures was not only a sign of wealth, but also a display of divine favor. What's even more surprising is the evidence that some of these exotic pets were mummified along with their owners, possibly to accompany them in the afterlife. Imagine keeping a leopard or crocodile as a companion, not only in life, but also in death. Ancient graffiti. In ancient Egypt, graffiti wasn't just a modern phenomenon. Thousands of years ago, visitors to sacred sites, such as the Saqqara burial grounds, would leave inscriptions on the walls of temples and pyramids. These ancient graffiti inscriptions, discovered in various locations, offer a fascinating glimpse into the daily lives of ordinary Egyptians. They weren't just scribbling for fun. These inscriptions often contained messages of devotion, prayers to the gods, or requests for protection. One of the most intriguing examples of ancient Egyptian graffiti is found near the Saqqara pyramid, built around 4,700 years ago. A visitor, possibly a pilgrim, inscribed a prayer dedicated to the gods of Western Memphis, seeking blessings for their family. While this may seem like a trivial act, these ancient inscriptions provide valuable insights into the spiritual and social practices of the time. The Serapeum of Saqqara. The Serapeum of Saqqara is one of Egypt's most enigmatic burial sites, containing the remains of the sacred bulls of the Apis cult. The Apis bull was considered the earthly manifestation of the god Ptah, and the bulls were believed to carry divine power. When an Apis bull died, it was embalmed and buried with great care in the Serapeum. The tombs at Saqqara were first discovered in 1851, and the site dates back to around 1400 BC. The complex consists of a series of massive, hand-carved sandstone vaults and 24 chambers, each containing a sarcophagus that housed one of the sacred bulls. The sheer scale and intricacy of the site suggest that it was an important center of religious activity. The Apis bulls were considered to be so powerful that their deaths were marked by elaborate ceremonies, and their burial was of great importance in Egyptian religious life. The Serapeum provides crucial evidence of Egypt's early religious beliefs, especially regarding the concept of divine kingship and the connection between earthly rulers and gods. It also showcases the extraordinary skill of Egyptian craftsmen who carved out these massive stone chambers with remarkable precision. Mysterious Black Goo. A truly bizarre discovery was made when scientists examined mummies from the 19th and 22nd dynasties of ancient Egypt. Some of these mummies were coated in a mysterious black goo, a substance that was unlike anything found in other tombs. It was applied to the mummies and also to some of the statues found in King Tutankhamun's tomb. The goo, which was likely a mixture of plant oil, animal fat, and tree resin, baffled researchers. Its exact purpose remains unclear, but there are several theories. One suggests that the black liquid served as a form of embalming fluid, a method of preservation meant to ensure the mummy's survival into the afterlife. Another theory posits that it was used to deter tomb robbers, as the goo may have had a distinctive, unpleasant odor that kept thieves away. In either case, the discovery of this black goo has raised many questions about the techniques used by the Egyptians to preserve their dead, and whether this was a widely practiced method or reserved for specific individuals. In the world of mummies, the mud mummy is one of the most mysterious and puzzling finds. Unlike the traditional mummification process, which involved elaborate procedures and materials like resin and linen, this mummy was found encased in a layer of mud. It was a mortuary treatment never seen before in Egypt's archaeological records. The mud mummy, discovered in 1207 BC, was found in a poorly preserved state. Researchers believe the unusual mud covering was applied to preserve the remains after they had been damaged. Some theorize that the body belonged to a woman whose burial was mishandled or whose tomb was looted. Others suggest that the mummy may have been a victim of tomb robbers or a mistake in the embalming process. Either way, the mud mummy is an enigma that has left archaeologists scratching their heads. Ancient Egypt's history is rich with mysterious discoveries that continue to intrigue us even thousands of years later. If you're fascinated by the hidden secrets of ancient societies, make sure to check out our next video on the kinky sex lives of ancient Egypt. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.